to another episode of the Indigenous Connect Pod. I am your host, Sav. Today, we are focusing on Indigenous business connections. Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with a special guest, Ogamau, the Grand Chief.
Good afternoon, everyone. Currently, the Grand Chief, Confederacy Treaty 6. I'm also the current Chief of the Frog Lake First Nation, currently in my third term. I believe the Creator has a plan for each and every one of us. I really never thought I was going to be the chief. When I first ran for council, I had a good job. I was working in the oil field. I was a battery operator or a pumper, shipping oil, keeping production going. I believe one of the big things is having a base of culture, being brought up in a Sundance family, a sweat family, a medicine picking family, a song keeping family. That's what grounds me, and that's what allows me to do the work that I do. Coming from lineage where my great grandfather was the chief here for about 3 decades. It's in our blood. And prior to that, my dad's side, it's in his family too, even though they carry that Métis name Desjarlais. It's in the blood. I love working for the people. I love serving the people, and I love problem solving. That's what makes each day so special, because they're all different. It's been just over a year now, and we created ASAM. Awasasuk Mama Nituin. It's serving our nation a lot better now. We have our office here in Frog Lake. We have the services in Frog Lake, and we have a substation in Edmonton, the sub office. We are now up to about 25 employees under ASAM, under Darren Quayton, and we are growing. We're working towards family enhancement, family healing. We're looking at bringing a family treatment center here. There is a youth treatment center here, but we're growing. We want to help families. We don't want to take kids away. We want to enhance families. We want to build up families. And we want to work with the families and make sure that they're looked after in a good way.
What a great event hosting for the next 2 days, and seeing you right from the beginning, right to the end here. What was your overall experience?
Well, you know what? As a former addict, somebody believed in me, and that's all it takes is one person. And when I see these kids, when they're listening to all the different presenters, if we could save life today, we did something. It's not the people that are having the side conversations and laughing. It's the kids that in the back that are being quiet, that are listening, that we're hoping to reach. In life, every day, we have to have hope. So my job as the chief and working with the council and ASAM is we're trying to create hope in our people. We're trying to revitalize the native way, the culture, the songs, but also talk about the tough issues that plague our nations, the mental health, the addiction, the suicide. We don't want our kids to go down that road. We want them to be proud, Nehiwak, of who they are and where they come from. If we can help them stand up and rise, I think this is what this is about: creating awareness, creating hope, making people and young people feel that they belong, and just having the interaction and, hands-on and seeing and meeting different people, and just for 2 days, just allowing them to be young people and to be kids.
How important is culture into mental health for you and your understanding of?
Well, you know what? We all have that internal flame. It's important that we keep it burning bright. There was a time I lost my father in 21. He was 89 years old. I asked him, tell me about suicide. He said, we never had that. But what I can tell you, their fire has gone out. So I carry that with me. It's my job to ignite and to keep that fire going. We're hopefully looking to reignite our cowboy society. We got a young group of men from 16 to early 25. They sing at the Sundance, the chicken dances, the sweats. They help out, and they know their role. If we can get some of these teenagers to follow, I think that's huge, and the future looks bright. But if you're getting challenged with mental health or suicidal thought, talk to somebody, or go to the sweetgrass, to the medicines, also to the herbal teas that'll clean us from the inside. And I just wanted to share to never give up on yourself. And, if you need to speak to somebody, to speak to somebody. If you need to speak to me, I'm on Messenger, I'm on TikTok. I try to put promotional in my weightlifting videos on there, because I want to inspire young people that if I can do it, that they can do it. I try and lead the best way I can each day, even if it's through sports. I just want to tell the young people that they are important and unique and beautiful in their own way. And never give up on your life, because the Creator has created us all unique and beautiful. Remember, the sky's the limit, and reach for the stars.
Thank you for coming on the pod and sharing your message. Keep doing the great work.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another guest.
My name is Adrian Cross from Frog Lake First Nation. My Cree name is Amu BSS Hummingbird. I want to help our youth best way we can. When we first started mentioning the youth conference, so and then in order for us to implement our Frog Lake ways into the young youth, they have to see it. We have to support them as best as we can through culture, through language, through our roots. My role here this morning was to help the elders with the pipe ceremony, make sure that they see that we still carry on our ways, like a it's in Watts, so like we still create to the land.
How important is it to incorporate our traditional cultural protocols and practices into mental health conferences as youth conferences?
That's the only way, in my eyes, like from my experience, and I'm starting to understand more of where we already are failing. But we have tools, and we have a lot of ways that we can fight back with, through ceremony, through prayer, through holding that pipe, through picking medicines. All these things are here for us. We're always here for us. Yeah. I was fortunate, very lucky to have grown into, like, I was born with it, born into it. My late descendants are Mary Louise and Marcel Cross, like Pichigwas. They were very strong in culture in the old ways. For me, watching them as a kid, how they cared for one another and others that came visit, and how they approach ceremony and how they approach people, youth. And she was a big factor of how I look at kids, because there was 10 of us in the household, and she was by herself taking care of us, a strong woman. She was teaching us as much as she can with culture, just by example, lead by example, by watching. That's how I grew up. I find myself today doing that. I come to grasp it as knowing that it's coming home, and you're comfortable, you're safe, and I know that spirit, someone that protects us, and once we start understanding and believing that we have a lot to endure and a lot to share. So culture, to me, growing up, is the only way.
It's almost like culture is almost affected by our values and our belief systems. And it's like what we value affects our belief systems of what we believe is true, and affects how we see the world.
Very true, yeah. There's no good from alcohol. There's no good from drugs. There's only aftermaths. If you look back at it and look at it, it doesn't help us. I had to really look at myself and go, holy smokes, that's so true. We would have more flourished young people if we didn't have the obstacles of what they offer, of like, like the easy, all the drugs, it's so, the kids that can get it so easy nowadays. I remember my late uncle, his name was John Cross. We were about 7, 8, 9, out there in those ages. And he was sitting beside, he was singing songs, old Sundance songs and old ceremony songs. And he sat us, a few of us down there, and he had a pipe in one hand and sweetgrass in one hand. And he had material and sunya on the other hand. And he looks at us, he leans into us. He goes, you go, but you have to choose. I pretty well saying like this way or this way, and how you live your life. Today, it's how I incorporate it. Like, I still believe in the pipe is the way. The pipe is going to lead us if you believe in it. I believe in natural law. I believe in the rocks are all gifted to us. Tree on that that it's a natural. When you make a fire, it's a natural. All these natural elements, I believe, are going to help us carry forward. I'm very proud of how we're trying to approach it. That we're very aware. These youth are our future, and what our roles as older people is to make sure that we know when we're watching. The people, we bring elders to make sure that they see them, that they're watching. It's not just humans that are watching. It's things that can't see us, things that we can't see. I believe that this is going to be effective. I believe that all of these things that need to be across the Pasco, like on the plains, like, these need to be utilized more. We have to keep fighting. We can't not to give up, because we have educated people, utilize dollars to have these kind of positive impacts. I trusted in the Creator where the Creator wanted me to go. I believed in the spirits of what's calling you. At the time, singing was a big impact. That gift of tone, the gift of uplifting spirit. Well, when we first started singing here in the nation, Frog Lake, so when you look back at it here in the nation, we were always just trying to get in there, like just trying to hang in there at the same time. I remember when we first started singing, like, nothing would come out, like, because I was trying to sing like the older people when we were just punks, and nothing would come out for 2 years. It's just crack, 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 crack. And then finally, a few of us start singing here in our nation, younger ones like Peter, Dallas, Jacob, so on. A few other guys like Romeo, Late Romeo, PJ. We went to go sing in Carry the Kettle.
Okay.
That's when the very first time it broke through, my voice will, like, my singing and comfort in the surrounding actual powwow. That's when it really broke through. And then before that, wicked experiences before that, like we had a encounter with late Art Musman. I remember that time when we were all watching these guys sing here in our nation, everyone is flying and being sharp and creative. Here, us punks were just trying to prove our ground, prove what we can do. We managed to get a drum from Chip Wascat, Gary Wascat. He lent us his drum. Sure enough, we're all like, oh, it was like gold, eh? It was a real drum because we practiced on freaking garbage cans and like this trash, or not trash, but stuff that we wouldn't take everywhere. It was practice drum.
Yeah.
So we had this nice drum. We actually walked from here from Frog Lake. There was myself, Dallas, Romeo, and I don't know who the other ones are. I don't remember. We carried our drum on the highway. Before it was highway, we were walking. We were just going to hitchhike and go to Joseph Bighead to go sing. We didn't think of all that other stuff like how it is now. We didn't think of nothing. We just went. We walked with that drum. We had sticks in our hands. We walked to the powwow. We got to the powwow. They started telling us all these things. You got to go do this. You got to go do that. So we did all that. We finally got to sit down. And I remember just sitting there. This whole smokes. This is real. And then you didn't get to sing that night. We had to come back the next day.
Those
We
days.
didn't have the chance to sing. So anyways, we ended up sleeping there. A few of us slept on the bleachers. Some of us slept on the water truck. This was hardcore. Like, we wanted to sing. That's just all we wanted to do was sing, sing, sing. So sure enough, the next day came when they asked us to do a Golden Age traditional sneak up.
Yeah.
All we knew was ruffle, fast songs of ruffle. That's all we knew. That's all we were shown. So sure enough, we sang down because we thought it was all the hitting the drum. So that's what we assumed. Holy smokes, we're just making those elders just dance to a real fast song. When we finished the song, we're all just sweating. And then, sure enough, this is where it gets real. The MC, he managed to manipulate the crowd by scolding us on that mic, directing all the energy towards us sitting there, putting all on us on the spot. And they're bashing us on the mic, eh? Like, hey, you guys need to go on, blah, 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 don't come here, blah, 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 blah. All these negative words. And so sure enough, we're just sitting there all shamed out. Like, everyone was looking at us. We all made a mistake, but we didn't know. We thought we were coming to a college to sing. Come to find out that they had expectations, blah, 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 but we punks.
Yeah.
And so this is where, anyways, all that energy, all that laughter, all that was focused on us. And you can see some of the guys get up a sit, they took off. So I'm just sitting there with a few, myself, and I think there was somebody else there. And right across the harbor, right in front of everyone, late Art Mooseman came walking straight across and let everyone see him. Took his hat off. He had real lots of tobacco in his hand, and he had a lot of a blanket. And then what I remember him sitting there, he kneeled down right by our drum, and he was just crying by our drum. He put all that tobacco and he was praying, and he put everything on there. He said, in the future, everyone's going to want you guys. Everyone's going to want you to come back here. Don't pay attention to all this. This is for a reason. I was like, holy smokes. Still to the day, Art Mooseman is the man to me.
Wow.
Because he's the one that made sure that he protected us and spoke up for us in the moment where no one wanted us. It's wicked, eh?
That's powerful.
If you honestly believe that you are descendant here to the land, there's no way you can't get through it. You can get through it all. There's no way that there's an obstacle. We always have these mental breakdowns where it's like, oh, I don't know this. I can't do this. Anyways, we hear a lot of that, but really culture has never really left us. It's always been here, and it'll always stay here if we believe who we are, what we have, and what we're gifted. And to those that are trying to find themselves and find avenues that will help them get through, I encourage you just to keep believing, keep trying, because it could be not, to me, it's just a moment. You have to get through all these moments to find that, to get to that point where you need to have that wisdom. You got to earn it.
We need to understand what we value. If culture is one of our values, we have to learn to value it. And it you wrapped up with saying is it's a belief system determined by our choices, by the things we value and the things we believe in.
So
Thank you for coming on the pod and sharing your message.
good luck with this.
Digi Connect Pod. Follow and like us on YouTube and Spotify. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here back with another guest at the youth conference here at Frog Lake. Can you start off by introducing yourself? Tell us who you are and what you do, my man.
Oh, Abostado, yeah. Eric Berspa, Himagabino, Nakta, Nakora, we added Naktan, what teacher, no, let's see. Let's see, Mithugana, Patrick, Mitswing, Itobi, it's let's see, Uship, Itiwa Heater, let's see. Tack, and then, that's Iabio, Yagabne. Not pizza bit knock the one. Zaka to what should you hide? Pardon. Hello, good afternoon, friends and relatives. This is Eric Berspaw, aka the micro wrestler Chief Littlefoot. How?
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. This is the Indigi Connect Pod. We talk about Indigenous business connections.
That's like telling me, I'm gonna get you, I'll make you an outfit, and he made me an outfit. My mom made me a green and black striped it t-shirt, like I have a hawk feathers, and I started off with tiny tots, and just because, like we started quitting, like start dancing all the way through like Kamloops and going all the way to Washington, all over the United States when I was a young kid. And that's the reason why, I acknowledge my dad as my first idol.
Hey,
My late father watches me above.
Nakota. And you're from where?
From originally from Eden Valley, Alberta.
Okay. How has culture helped shape your character to be successful, to be strong, to be proud of who you are and where you come from?
Well, everybody got different ways, and I pushed myself into that limit. Okay, this is what I was. I was really depressed with my mental health. I was really depressed, and I don't know what to do. I'm always at home all the time. I'm always at home, sitting at home, not doing nothing. I was just like sitting and. Well, after I'm going to tell you that how, like, just because I lost my parents, I was at home, and if it wasn't for the sweat lodge, and it wasn't for the prayers that we do, this is like way back in 2000, 2001. I stopped dancing back like when I started 1988 to 95. That's when we stopped dancing because my mom was sick with diabetes, and then it all got caught up on her. And 2000, we lost her, and then the next year later, I lost my dad. I found my dad on the floor with a massive heart attack, and I was lost. I was really lost. I don't know what to do, and I started worrying about myself and my siblings. I started crying. I said, "Creator, help me," in my language. I did walk help me. Like I said, help me out and help me. I was praying and I let all my tears out. There's just all it takes of tears to cry, like real men cry. I started crying really loud and I just shout out for Creator. It's not like, oh God, help me. It's not It's like, you got to be alone and to cry, let all the tears come down. It really hurts all that fun time that you do with your parents. If I wasn't raised right, if I wasn't like in the discipline, if I wasn't there, I would be in the streets asking for some money to buy my alcohol. But once you're disciplined, listen to your parents. This is where I'm at now because I'm sober. I'm sober for a long time. One thing you gotta do is like when you're feeling really sad and lonely, you just gotta start smudging yourself. Grab a smudge, pray for yourself, and say, you know what, I want to be a better person. I want to be a better man. I want to be a better viver.
Right.
Keep praying for yourself. Keep praying for yourself till you start pushing yourself. Till you start pushing that minimum. And you know what? To me, I push myself because I pray to God and I pray to Creator. We say Nokdawi, like in Creed, they say Nokdawi, Father, and us we say Tungashila Wakantanka, like the great heaven above. I said, please Creator, help me. And you know what? He answered our prayers. It takes a time. It takes time. But sure enough, once you push yourself, if you want to be that person that you want to get out there, you want to be a movie star, you want to be a wrestler, you want to be a actor, you want to be something that you want to be in a TV. I push myself into it because I really motivate my character, who I am. Because look at this, today's day. This is who I am as a micro wrestler. I represent our people. I represent the indigenous people. Follow your dreams. Don't give up. No matter how much people put you down, still walk forward. Right through it. Create yourself. Create your legacy.
Today is the anniversary of the hanging of the warriors that protected against the redcoats, wandering spirit, and others. Thank you so much for coming on the pod and sharing your message. Much love, respect. Got that.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, now it's a wrap here at the Indigenous Connect podcast featuring Frog Lake Youth Conference 2025.